It's Val again. I just want to do a quick video today about relationships and how normal relationships don't want to destroy each other, and they will fight and work it out and try, if there's a problem in the relationship, try and make the other person happy and work towards their goal together. As when narcs relationship, they tend to not work towards the same goal. And I did find that the relationship with my ex, he kind of created a lot of things. He was going through a divorce and using everything he could to throw in the way. I don't think he actually wanted to leave her for me. I think what he actually needed was a crutch. He always seemed to be putting up things in the way and using that divorce to get at me, throwing things at me, not getting on with the divorce, making me ill really. But at the beginning of our relationship, obviously, I noticed a lot of things that, if you notice, just look out for them, because I do think these are warnings. Talking to him on the phone, you know, hey hon, how's your day? 15 minutes later, he'd still be talking about his day. Look out for that. See if that's something that, you know, you've been through. I would sit there and yeah, okay, oh great, yeah. And it would be like 15 minutes. I was like, oh, by the way, babe, I've had a good day too, thanks for asking. Oh, right, sorry. Things like that. You'd tell him maybe on a Tuesday that you'd got a doctor appointment on a Thursday morning, and then you'd call him and talk to him. Hi, hon, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine. 15 minutes later. Oh, by the way, I'm fine. Oh, and I'm okay because I had the doctor's appointment this morning. They don't seem to have that in them, that really, they haven't got that switch in them, that the first thing they think about is, I need to ask her how she is. I even said to him once, do you know what, hon, when someone says, hey, how are you? You go, I'm fine, how are you? You know, I used to ask him when he was getting ill, apparently, to get the sympathy off me, I think. You know, have you eaten today? Yeah, I'm fine, I've eaten. He described what he'd eaten, and then he'd carry on talking about himself. I've eaten too, thanks, babe, for asking. Didn't have that thing, and I just thought, dickhead, as you do. But looking back now, it was a warning. These are things that when you put them all together, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You put all these things together at the end, and then you kind of like stand back, and it spells sociopath in huge big capital letters, but you don't see it at the time. Another thing was drunk. Everything was drunk. He was always drunk, in a way that if I said something to him, say after maybe I'd gone on and asked him and queried it, they don't like it when you start being detective. He might just then look, I'm really sorry, but I need to explain something. I was drunk. The things that made me realise that he was probably an narc or a sociopath is that he knew too much about it. I googled that, and if he would, that word, they say if you're a great salesman, it's to do with salesman. I can't remember, I read it somewhere, and they said, you know, if you mirror somebody, then you make a great salesman. If you've got really good talk, if you can talk, and it's to do with mirroring. Well, I remember at the beginning of the relationship, he actually did say to me, oh, you'd make a great salesman, you would. You can really talk. You could make a great salesman. Never thought anything of it, but I remember looking through the narcissist traits and stuff. And that was one thing, and I was thinking, why would he say that to me? That's really strange. And then we had an argument once, and he basically texted me and said, go and Google the word toxic and see if you recognise yourself. I was thinking poison, you know, Britney Spears. So I Googled it, which I said to him, that is not nice. Why are you calling me poisonous? He goes, it's not just one word. Go and look. Go and see if you recognise yourself, which I thought was really, really hurtful. So I did, and I thought, wow, these aren't my traits. I'm not this person. Yeah, another time on Facebook, he called me a sociopath. We'd split up, and one of my friends had sent me one of those screenshots of what he'd been putting on, and the one quote was something about believing her own bullshit or something, I don't know, and then underneath, oh, thank goodness I've got rid of that sociopath. And all his friends were Stumpy. Yeah, nearly slipped up then. Stumpy. Really should be careful. Really wouldn't like to insult him, would I? Anyway, so, yeah, and they were all going, oh, yeah, I can send a troll round if you want. And they were just really horrible. And another time he said I had an ego. Now, I know apparently we all have egos, little ones. I said, why have I got an ego? You've got an ego because you like to look nice and you dress nice. I said, why is that an ego? I said, that's just a negative word. Why is that so negative to want to look nice and dress nice? What do you do? And also, you've got an ego because you're really good at your business. You're really good at what you do. I think what I was trying to do again is make everything negative, bring me down. Anything that you're good at, so watch out for this. Anything you're good at, they again will bring it down and make it negative. They don't like you being happy. They don't like you doing anything great. I struggled, you know. He was telling me that he was putting in for the divorce. He was telling me he was doing. He wasn't. He wasn't. He used that as a prop in his play. I actually called him once the puppet master. I said, you're like a puppet master. You've got control of everybody. And I said, you can only fix it. I can't. You've got my life on hold. You're in charge. You're the puppet master. And the amount of things that I did say to him that I look back on now, and I was describing a narcissist. I will say that word right one day. I think maybe that's why his wife was the person that she was. He used to describe her to me. And I don't even want to go into detail on here. I don't even think it's fair. I feel sorry for her now. I realise maybe why she was the person that she was. 21 years living with him. And all I know is that when they split up, she's been to see and get help. And she was diagnosed with a lot of things that were probably brought on by being with him. She lost all self-worth. I'm trying to be careful here because I don't think she deserves to be dissed. I thought she did at the time because I thought he was the victim of a abusive wife who just didn't do anything and didn't look after herself. But now I see why she was the way she was. She was very unhygienic in so many ways that I was gobsmacked. And I just think she'd lost the will to live. And he used to say to me, oh, you know, she won't argue back. She won't even speak to me. I'm not surprised. She probably moulded herself into the person so that she would just fit in with his life. And I think as well, when you're younger, when you get married, you still got a lot of growing to do. And you probably just fuse together and grow together, which is, I think that's what's happened. I'm obviously who I am. So when he came into my life and started trying to do what he did to me, yeah, I'm a strong person. Yeah, I did go down and ended up in that black hole looking up. But I think I was also too strong. He couldn't get me to mould in with him. I had my own person, and I was probably more of a challenge. Because, yeah, he nearly destroyed me. That's another story. And I just think the things he used to say to me, I remember once I was asking him, well, he used to hide me away, for instance. It wasn't a normal relationship because he was just, wouldn't take me anywhere. Because, first of all, obviously, he hadn't told his wife about me for a very long time. So he told his stepdaughter. So the secret was with her, so it made her ill, which I didn't think was very fair. He wasn't out front, he wasn't up front. He did everything the wrong way around. And he just played with everybody. Where was I going with that one? See what happens. I haven't a clue what I was talking about. It was going that direction and then it went poof. I really haven't a clue. That was it. I think it might have been, I think I might have just got it back. I've got something in my head anyway that I want to talk about. The edit button's going to get used a lot tonight, I think. So he is a radio presenter. That's a nice word for it. The word is a cheesy DJ, which I used to call him a lot of, which I didn't like. So I remember that was it. They live in my town. They didn't know about me for a long time. It's getting an age thing, isn't it? Please don't lose it again, Val. Shut up and get on with it. So I was being hidden away. He wouldn't take me out round my hometown. He lived an hour away. When he used to come around here, we would just stay in, and it just got tedious. I remember once as well, driving around his hometown, he actually told me to duck. He said, if we see her driving towards us, you have to duck. And I just looked at him and went, duck? You want me to? I don't do ducking. You want me to get in the footwell of your car to stop your wife seeing me? honestly. And I was thinking, that's awful. You didn't have to say that. And he's like, I'm only joking. I'm joking. I thought, well, that's not funny. I'm going off again, aren't I? So, yeah, I used to say to him, I just want to be able to go out. I want you to take me out. I want to be able to walk the streets with holding hands, and you not be ashamed of me. You know, you've left somebody you don't love anymore, and you're with me now. So, and he said, I need to tell you something. I need to tell you something, Val. He said, I am on the outskirts of celebrity. I'm like, okay. He's on the phone, by the way, saying this. And I can't afford anyone to find out about us. I said, why? What's wrong with this? What's going on? He said, well, I just don't want people trolling me on, you know. I said, you've left a wife, you're divorcing a wife, and you've got a new girlfriend. People do it all over the place. The best stars out there, the biggest celebrities have divorced or cheated or whatever, and they're still, who'd come down to earth, come back into the room. No, I need to tell you this. He said, you know, I don't want people to, I said, so what, but you think that someone's going to troll you? You think you're that important that you're going to get trolled? I can't afford to be trolled. I could lose my job. I could have people, you know, not give me jobs because of this. Really? I could end up living in a cardboard box because of you. And at that point, I just thought, here we go. We're going into this, you know, like, oh my goodness, no, we're going into this area that I don't want to. My anxiety levels were kind of high, but I was getting control of them. I was on tablets, and I could feel it going up again. And I said, let's just leave it there, shall we? He said, no, I want to explain. I said, you don't need to explain. Let's just stop. I said, you're embarrassed. I said, you're so far up there. You need to come back down to earth. You know, you're not who you think you are. I don't think, no. So the next day I brought it up. He goes, please don't bring that up. He said, I need to tell you something. I'd been drinking. You were drunk. Right. So I really don't know what the truth was. He obviously meant it. So I don't know whether he meant it and then tried to make the excuse that he was drunk, or he was drunk. But when you say things in drink anyway, you mean them. I really don't know to this day, but that just shows who they are. That they don't care what they say to you. They'll tell you to duck in a car. And then they'll say they're joking. They'll tell you that he can't be seen with you because it might ruin his celebrity because he's a radio presenter. Sorry if I sound bitter. If that's what I'm left with out of everything that we've been through, we all go through, then that's nothing really too bad compared to what I could be left with. So yeah, I do call him Stumpy because he doesn't deserve anything else. And yes, I am bitter towards him. And yes, I do dislike what he's done. So yeah, oops, going off on one there. I just, you know, the things he used to say. I remember once as well, because they know exactly what your insecurities are. I don't like driving on motorways. I have a Mini, and I find that motorways scare me. I probably watch too much damn YouTube, you know, these damn crashes and stuff in Russia. But anyway, I don't. So we're driving down, doing 70 miles an hour, and suddenly he pretends that his accelerator's stuck, and he starts to pretend he's pumping, and he starts to shout, oh my God, my accelerator's stuck, I can't stop the car. And I'm thinking, oh my God, and I'm shouting, screaming, thinking I'm going to die. And he's still pumping away. I was going, Stumpy, nearly said it again. Stop, what are you doing? He's like, I can't stop, it's going out. And then he started to laugh. He said, I'm only joking. Why is that funny? Why is that pretending we're going to die and on a motorway at 70 miles an hour? I'm only joking. 2 seconds later, this big blue piece of tarpaulin, heavy, that must have come off some kind of truck, literally came across the road, hit the front of the car and went underneath it. And I thought it was going to wrap around the tyres and we were going to die. And I went, there you go. That's why you do not make jokes on the motorway. It's not funny. He just seemed to enjoy. Crazy. So that's kind of at the beginning of the relationship with the, you know, not asking how you are on the telephone and talking all about himself. The things he used to say to me, telling me that I'm the sociopath, I've got an ego, I need to go and Google the word toxic. It's all these things you need to look out for. And the lack of empathy, which is another thing. They're directors. They're directors of their own movie. They will create things. They will do things on purpose because they know you'll kick off about it and they want you to kick off. They will direct you in a certain way. Like, yeah, they're directors and producers of their own movie. And they will just create havoc and then watch you just get stressed, and then they'll just call you all sorts of things. They'll watch you get angry and upset, and they'll go, oh, look at you, you're angry and upset now, and you're a psycho. The amount of times he called me Psycho Val. It was quite funny at first, in a funny way, but then after a while I said, please don't call me Psycho Val anymore. That's not nice, is it? He made me psycho. They make you somebody. They make you somebody. I think I don't know whether he, I don't know. I'm doing this because I hope I don't even, see, stuttering again. Maybe I need to stop there. Psycho Val's coming back. Anyway, I'll get this bit edited as soon as I stopped it halfway through because I lost where I was going. And, I hope to speak with you soon. I do hope I'm making some sense in my video. I say this every time. You'd be bored of that. Just stick with me. If not, just don't watch 2 seconds of it and then stop. That's probably why I've got the amount of little views I've got. Is probably just people sort of like pressing play and going, what? And then stopping. It looks like I've got a view, you know. But anyway. Time to go now. Right, okay. Listen, take care and I'll speak soon. Bye.